love your privacy, I'll keep it hush, hush. I'll stay down low for you. I like when it's just you and me, I'll keep it hush, 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 baby. I know you love your privacy.
Hey guys, it is The Pleasure's All Yours. Again, here with another episode. This is Lex.
I'm Courtney.
And we are here again this week, encouraging sexual liberation in the Black and queer community. Just wanted to have a safe space where we can all just come and talk and be buck naked, nasty or not.
Wow. Naked buck, naked nasty.
Or not.
Or not.
And just show that the pleasure really is ours, is yours.
Absolutely.
And we are officially with video. Officially.
It's recording and everything, you guys.
Yes, we are on track today. It actually wasn't too eventful setting up.
Yeah, I know it wasn't. It seemed like it was gonna get eventful, but then
it did it.
Then we worked the shit out, right?
Yes.
And now we are like officially in the retrograde season, like as of yesterday.
Yes. And it's a full moon tonight.
So I think we're actually really rocking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like we're supposed to go, hang out after this. So it's going to be a fun episode. We've got our little tequila here. We've got our topos here. We are tequila girls all the way.
We are tequila girls all the way.
Is it tequila that's in this?
That topo, what is it?
Sparkling seltzer.
Yeah. Isn't Topo Chico just water? Isn't it usually just?
Yeah, but like what is the alcohol in it?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do they put in? In a Topo Chico?
Huh, I don't know. I don't feel like researching that. So whatever. Lemon lime is the worst flavor. Go ahead.
Well, how are you today, Courtney? How has your day been? How has your week been? How are you feeling?
Oh my God. I was on my period last week, so I just feel like I am finally feeling like myself like today, actually this afternoon, because
Sorry,
I hope
girl.
I didn't fuck anything up. Okay. Yeah, I was on my period this afternoon. So, I mean, this was my period this week.
I know what you meant.
And so I'm just now feeling myself. I feel like I have my energy levels back.
Yeah.
Because I'm not on my period, I can drink caffeine again.
Yeah.
And like that's been a fucking blast because I missed my caffeine for a week.
Yeah,
I think
you do have your iced coffees in the morning.
I always do. So today I tried the apple crisp macchiato.
Ooh, how was that?
Lacked something to be desired.
Ooh.
But I will say that the Starbucks I went to is brand fucking new. Like they opened last week. So maybe they're just still trying to figure out how to work the drinks, but it wasn't giving what it needed to give.
Whenever it gets like fall time, my favorite thing to get from Starbucks is the caramel apple spice.
Ooh.
And it's just steamed apple juice with dulce de leche. Yes, that one, and some whipped cream and some caramel. It tastes just like a warm hug. And also like a hot, fresh apple pie.
Wow.
Like literally fresh out the oven apple pie. It's so good.
Okay, I'm going to have to try that next time.
Yeah.
Spice what?
Caramel apple spice.
Caramel apple spice.
Yeah.
Got it. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
But yeah, my week has been okay. How about yours?
My week has been okay. I would just like to say I'm in one of those moods with my place of work where it's like, I'm going to work to make money, but since like all my money goes to bills and food and like not things that I don't have to do, it's making it very hard to be there because it's like, what am I really doing? Like, I'm working to live. So it's like, it's getting very agitating, but my girlfriend moves in this month.
Woo!
And so, maybe that'll help. But maybe I'll start feeling differently about my job. But as of right now, my week was very uneventful. I just worked all week.
Okay, yeah, pretty much same, bitch.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do when inflation is so high.
It's awful.
But that's why you guys need to like and subscribe, and also follow us on Insta, follow us on TikTok.
Absolutely.
Like give us your email. We have some really exciting news that will be dropping this week. So, definitely keep in touch with us so that we can quit our jobs and do this fucking full time.
And then pop-ups, pleasure pop-ups. Hello? Pleasure pop-ups, pleasure parties, but not in like an orgy way.
Yes.
but like, you know, come on, what the fuck?
Absolutely.
But yeah.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about fingering / anatomy, but more importantly, fingering. 'Cause fucking love that shit, bitch.
So disclaimer, I guess, if you are a nigga or a male, because nigga is so neutral, as we've discussed
We have
today.
discovered today. Yeah.
But if you are like a male or someone that identifies as a male
or has a penis,
feel free if you want to forward to a little bit later in the potty when we start talking about fingering. But first, we're going to give you guys a little anatomy lesson because I feel like you can't have one without the other. We're going to be using all these terms and shit, and you got to know exactly what I mean by the term because there's a lot of terms that are being misused.
But I feel like men would benefit from this episode in general. Because how many things that I read while I was making my outline about how like there's so many men that are like, women just don't like fingering, and I'm like, you're insane, because I've had men try to finger me and it's like rough sausages poking around, and I just would rather not.
So maybe if you knew what the anatomy was, what it like looked like, and what it functions as, you know, we can like kind of get you guys over that hump of like feeling like you don't really know what you're doing down there. So yeah, we'll be talking a little bit about the anatomy of the vagine / vulva, and some of the things that can happen to a vagina / vulva owner.
Yes.
So if you are a vulva owner, if you are friends of a vulva owner, if you are fucking a vulva owner, if you are loving on a vulva owner, if you came out of a vulva owner,
you should just fun facts, you know, fun facts. Yes. Unless it's just not your cup of tea, if you just don't like vulvas, then I guess this episode isn't for you.
I think it's still for you, but whatever. Anyway, so we start every episode with a fun fact for you guys, just to stimulate your minds, and maybe you'll learn something that you just never thought about.
Yeah. And so today's fun fact, usually our fun facts I feel like are pretty fun. They're like sexy, they're funny. But today, it grossed me out a little bit, you know, because it is just about hygiene and why it is so important to wash your hands. But it does tie in with what we're talking about today. So that's what we're doing it. But did you know that your fingertips and under your fingernails have anywhere between 2 and 10 million bacteria that can stay there for up to 3 hours, and it doubles after you go to the bathroom?
I didn't know that it could stay for up to 3 hours. I guess that shouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I've heard the term that the under your nails is as dirty as like chewing your nails is as dirty as eating a cockroach. That's a phrase I've heard since like middle school. And that sounds about fucking right. 2 million to 10 million.
Yeah. And then it doubles literally as soon as you go to the bathroom.
I know there's some of y'all out there, women and men, there is like no discriminating here that do not wash your hand. I've seen it.
How many times have we been in the club bathroom and you bitches just pee or throw up and then just walk the fuck out? I'm sorry. No matter how drunk I am, I'm finding the fucking sink.
And it sucks because they never have fucking paper towels. It's always the nasty.
It's always those fucking dryers
things.
And they're like, we're saving the environment, but you're spreading shit all in the air. So what's really going on?
Sad. But bring some Purell. Like, I'm going to have mine, you know, stuck in my little fanny pack or whatever I decide to bring tonight. Just make sure you bring some Purell because you never know the bitches that you might meet in the clubs.
Exactly.
You never know what the food you might have after the club. So you want to just make sure your hands are like fucking clean.
I have some black cherry Marlowe hand sanitizer in my bag.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
It smells really good. It's from Bath & Body Works.
I have the blackberry sangria.
Ooh, yeah. I really like the, what's it called? Strawberry pound cake.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, if you want to send us a gift, just send me a lot of strawberry pound cake lotion.
Bed Bath and Body Works.
Yeah.
Bed Bath and Beyond Body Works.
Not Beyond.
Wow. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, wash your fucking hands. I don't know. I don't even know how else to follow that up. But.
Especially with like the Rona, monkeypox, like too many things going around in the air in life in general. So fucking wash your hands.
And as we'll talk about here shortly, if you don't wash your hands, you can really cause a lot of issues for the person that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And that sucks because then you're like, they're out of commission. You're out of commission because they're out of commission. And like nobody wants to be out of commission. So wash your hands, brush your teeth, floss. We're flossing. We're washing our face. I don't know. Like, we're cleaning our car seats. Like, whatever you got to do to make things more sanitary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else for the fun fact?
No, that was it.
Fabulous.
Hands be dirty. That's the fun fact.
That was nasty. So we're, like I said, we'll talk about fingering today. Lex is our resident expert over here for the fingering. So
I am very good at it.
I feel like I'm going to take over for the anatomy portion.
Yes, it's a good half and half epi today.
Absolutely.
Usually one of us gets a topic and then one of us does the outline for it. And then whenever we get here, that's when we talk about it.
Yeah.
Which I like because it's more organic conversation.
Very true. Very true. I'm always surprised at what you have to say. So yeah, let's get started talking about the anatomy of the vagina and the vulva. Okay, guys, because there's a motherfucking difference.
There is a big difference.
But first, I wanted to play a drinking game, Lex.
Ooh.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
So,
I want to be drunk, bitch.
We have our tequila. This was $15, so please do not come for me, YouTube, whatever. If
we
you
already
see the
stated
kind of liquor
it's
that
inflation, okay?
It's inflation, y'all. So that's what we're drinking today. It's called 100 años. I had to remember how to say 100.
We got a tropical blend chaser.
Okay.
If you're watching, you can see this. But if you're not, then just trust us.
While I pour, I'm going to explain the game.
Yeah.
So, as you guys know, there are so many different words for the vagina.
Okay.
Or, as we're going to learn in a few minutes, the vulva / vagina.
Okay.
There's a word for what's going on in between our pants. There's 100 words one would say, right?
Ooh, yikes. Okay.
So, as I pour this shot.
Wow, you know pussy's my favorite subject, so I hope I'm here.
It's
you
gonna be
know?
embarrassing when I beat you. And I promise I really have not sat and thought about any of this. I just wanted, I'm not cheating here, guys. When I win, I want you to know I'm not cheating. So I want us to go back and forth, kind of like concentration.
Okay.
And we're going to think of all the different ways that you can say vagina / vulva.
Okay.
All the different ways. The first one to like delay or run out of words, it takes the shot. Okay.
Ooh, okay. Because I don't have that many words.
That's what you think. But like, and it's not just it's like anything you've heard to describe a vagina or a vulva.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you ready? I'll let you go first.
Okay. Pussy, coochie.
Okay.
Oh,
okay,
what?
bitch. Wow. Back and forth.
What? Oh, sorry. You said list. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now I'm ready.
Okay.
Coochie.
Cunt.
Snatch.
Kitty.
Cooter.
Fuck. Okay. There's so many other words. Hold on.
You're doing great for it. Really and truly.
All right. Let's do it again.
Okay.
Did you say cooter?
I did say cooter.
Okay. That one's in there. All right. Slot.
Ooh. Oh, fuck. I literally just had one in my brain.
Go ahead, bitch. That's actually
I literally
very good.
just had one in my brain.
This $16 tequila is very smooth.
Okay. It's probably because it's cold, too. Tequila's good when it's cold.
So we left off on slot, in case anybody was fucking wondering. And you can start us off since I did last time.
Snatch? Did we say that?
I think you said that.
What was the other one? Carpet.
Wow. Cookie.
Pussycat.
Okay. Punani.
A flower.
Pearl.
That's a clit.
Okay. Clam.
Okay. I don't have another one.
Bitch, I think we should just both take a shot and call it a fucking day. Because
okay.
Wow, that was harder than in my head. I was like, oh, we're going to go motherfucking back and forth. Like, we might be doing this for the whole pod. Like,
this is going to take up the whole hour.
But actually, it's very hard to think of all names. I was
Especially,
thinking of rap songs because they're so creative, you know?
But, you know, especially when you, like, I call a pussy, I call it a coochie. I had to think of what white people call pussy.
A vajay. Oh, right.
Because those are the only people that I've heard like.
It's actually very creative.
Call
too.
it. Yeah, but those are the only people I've heard that have called it like something else. I used to watch a show called Lost Girl, and one of the characters on there, he was like queer, I guess. I don't really know, but either way, he was always like calling the girls like like his friends, he was always calling them some kind of name in regards to a coochie.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I'm like, that's what I was trying to think of, and I was like, I couldn't think of any other one.
What's probably like the grossest name? Like whenever you hear like somebody say that in reference to a coochie, you're like, it's a no for me.
Cunt. I hate that. Unless we're talking like
gay cunt.
Serving.
Do it again. Because you really were serving. Do it again. For the camera.
For the camera.
Hey.
But unless you're serving it, bitch, I don't want to hear that word. I've had men refer to my pussy like that, and I'm like, I literally just dried up. Like somebody just put a sponge right there. Like it's gone now.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of how I feel about cooter, like you said, or I've never even heard of like carpet.
Yeah,
but that's
when they
really
say
rough.
Like, does the carpet match the drapes?
Yeah,
they call lesbians like carpet munchers.
Right,
like,
right. Like but like, gross. That sounds dry and like
full
dusty.
of hair.
Oh, yeah,
dander.
We
pet
have the
dander.
same like vibes. I don't like it. Anyway, so there's 150 names for a freaking coochie.
Dude, give me some other ones. Did you save them?
Oh no.
Damn.
I was trying to segue.
Okay.
Like brought
That's
it right
fine.
back.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna segue one more time,
Okay.
Okay. So there's like 100 different names for vagina, and we literally just went over 55, but Lex wanted more. So if you know any more, comment under this YouTube comment or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Go to our Instagram, DM her all the names you know for the word pussy.
Tell me what you call your pussy.
Yes. Do you have a name for it?
Because I don't have a name for mine. I just know she's a girl.
Yeah, that girl.
Yeah, she's that girl, Beyonce.
Yeah, definitely. I don't have a name for them either. I used to have like a name a long time ago for my tits, but I don't remember what that was. Like that was very middle school of me.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, like we were saying before, the shots. There are two different terms for the coochie that are used kind of interchangeably, but they're not interchangeable. So vagina and vulva.
Two different.
Right. Vulva is the outside of your area, of your pubic area. So like that's going to be your labia majora, your labia minora, your clit, your urethra, and your vaginal opening is still that's all considered the vulva. So like if you were to just like spread your legs open, whatever you can physically see, that is your vulva. Mm-hmm. Then you have the top part, which is the part that grows hair, the part that you wax, the part that like looks cute, like a little triangle that sits right under your fupa. And that is your pubic mound.
Or your mons pubis.
Yes, mons pubis, which Latin maybe?
Mons. I like calling it a mons.
Mons pubis.
Yeah. I like it. I like when like it reminds me of like when you make out with someone and you start getting like, and they put their leg up. Oh, it's like right on your mons. That's it. That's a sensitive area.
It is. Yeah, that's really how you get the game started.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I said, I got distracted. And then the last part of that makes up the unit of of a female genital is going to be your vagina. Mm-hmm. And that is the vaginal canal, like the hole, the inside of the hole, and then your cervix. All that's considered your vagina. Once you get past your cervix, that's where you get into your reproductive system. That's your fallopian tubes, your ovaries, your uterus, all that motherfucking good stuff. Right now, we're talking about the pleasure parts. Like maybe we can I would love to have a mom on here one day, and just we can go in on all that. Absolutely. And talk to her about all the experiences that she had in motherhood. But right now, we're here for the pussy and the pleasure only.
Absolutely,
and that's all our pussies are going to be doing right now.
We already said this was going to be a horny episode.
So, as you guys probably know, the most important part for pleasure, but one of the more popular parts of the pussy is the clit.
Yes.
So the clit has over 8,000 nerve endings.
Yes.
Almost, I think it's twice as much as a penis.
Yes.
As the head of the penis has. So we are so much more sensitive than these niggas out here. We require a lot more care, but we also experience more pleasure because of that. So
maybe that's why they're actually jealous of us. That's
haters.
why they act like that.
God, they're haters. Okay. But yeah, the clitoris, the only function of the clitoris is for pleasure.
And we're the only bodies. I said that in another episode too.
You did.
We're the only bodies that have a organ on our body where its only use is for pleasure. The only ones.
That's it. It's just to get you off. It's just to make you feel good. It's just to relieve your stress. God put it there for a reason, baby. It doesn't matter which kind of God you believe in. They built that clit and they did it for a reason. So you should enjoy it.
Even though there used to be cultures that would mutilate girls like that.
Absolutely. FGM is fucking real and it still goes on today. It is a sad thing. When I went to New York and I went to the Sex Museum of Sex, they had a whole floor that was kind of like a sexual trauma, like art, like for people that have experienced sexual trauma. Okay. And one of the biggest exhibits was women that have been mutilated by FGM. They like painted a picture of like how they felt their vagina looked to them. Yeah. And kind of like talked about their story. It happens a lot in like North African and like Middle Eastern countries. Yeah. Like Muslim countries, really Orthodox countries. So yeah. Got it. But yeah, that's the clit. So it serves for just pleasure only. Labia minora and labia majora, those are your lips, y'all. So the labia majora is the fat lips that you can tug on.
Major bitches.
I wish we had one of those like really cute like vagina pillows or like a little model that we could show.
We have to get one.
Should we get one?
We should get one.
We'll write it down. Okay.
We should get one.
I love this for us. We're like working on our kind of set design right now, so we're having a lot of fun like figuring that shit out. Where was I? Yeah. So your labia majora is like the little lips that you tug. It's the like the clamshell is what I like to call it.
It's the before you get to the peekaboo.
Right. And then the labia minora is the small inner lips. So if you have ever, which I recommend that every person with a vagina should do this. Look at your pussy. Look at your pussy, dude. Grab a mirror, put it in between your legs, and just like spread eagle. After you take a shower, get some wine, get a blunt, whatever you need to relax. Do pills, bitch. I don't know who you are. Lavender, something. But relax, sit in front of the mirror and just like learn yourself. Spread open your lips, touch on everything, figure out what everything is. So like as I'm saying them, if you need help, now find your clitoris. It's going to be towards the top and in the center. You might have to do a little movement or peel some layers back in order to expose your clit. But it's absolutely there. And when you are properly aroused, it'll get swollen and puff up so you can physically see it a little bit better. Wow. Yeah. Wow, we are such interesting really bodies. Like, I love it. I love it so much.
Honestly.
So yeah, labia minora is the little tiny lips on the inside that you can also... It kind of like surrounds the urethra and surrounds the clit. So like the little flap of skin. And remember, everybody's different. So like some people's labia majora and minora might not be as detailed or like as noticeable as others. So maybe somebody's labia minora is still there, but it's not. You can't really tell the difference between all those other parts.
I've met some really long pussy lips.
Really?
Before.
Really?
And it's nice. Yeah. I like it.
I was thinking when I was making this outline and I was thinking about all the different types of pussy and I was like,
just think about every pussy you've ever seen.
I've seen a lot of different kinds of pussy. Well, let me rephrase that. Not a lot. Maybe a lot in like, I watch porn, but like regular people as well. Yeah. I've never seen an ugly pussy. Like, me either. If a man or anybody, I just say men because, but like, if a man tells you your pussy's ugly, he's lying. He's lying. There's literally no such thing as an ugly pussy. There's no such thing. And they all look so different. Like some people have...
And that's the best part about it. Like that is the best fucking part about Coochie is that every single one looks different. They taste different. They like different things. It's like a nice little a Rubik's Cube. And I like that
You just
because
gotta figure it out.
I can't solve a Rubik's Cube, but I know how to solve a pussy cube.
You know, you can get hints from communication, you guys. Just
Absolutely.
saying.
And I always say pussy talks. Like, I know there's that song, but like it really talks. And I always and will continue to say in my whole life, like, I listen to what someone's genitals are telling me because that's how you can really tell. Like, I like when clits get hard in my mouth or like lips swell up and they get hard in my mouth or on my fingers or whatever, and or how you can feel the vaginal opening like clenching or anything like that. Pussy talks, and you really just have to know the language to get it.
Just gotta listen.
And if you don't know the language, bitch, I'm sorry for you.
We're trying to do our best here to help you understand the language, but at the end of the day, there's a little bit of a finesse, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We can't teach it all.
I can't, bitch, but I got the magic touch, so.
But also to say that if you are somebody that wants to please a vagina or please a pussy, whether you are a girl, a man, or whatever you want to be, you have to talk to the person that owns the pussy.
Yeah, that's
because it all looks so different. You might have to do a little more. You might have to lift the hood. You might have to spread the lips. Maybe you didn't have to do that for the first person.
Smaller clits are more sensitive. Bigger clits aren't. Same with the penis, because that's why they're not as sensitive, because basically all their nerve endings were stretched out at birth instead of it just being all concentrated in that little piece. And a fun fact about the clit is I don't know how else to explain this. I really wish we had one of those pillows now that you said that, because if you like not grab the clit, but like right behind it, like just don't grab it, but like grab right behind it and squeeze, you can feel all your nerves. It feels like a little blood vessel. You can feel all your nerves, and if you squeeze it just enough and like move your fingers up and down, it feels like someone's like rubbing behind your clit instead of rubbing on it, which is a little more intense, but it is like one of those things. And I'm wearing a uterus necklace today.
I was hoping you would wear the clit one so I could show them.
Well, it's gold.
Oh, I see.
I'm wearing silver.
So, like what Lex was saying, the reason that feels so good is because the clitoris is a internal organ. It's an external and an internal organ.
Yes.
So it starts on the outside. You can physically see it at the top of like the precipice of the pussy. It's right there.
At the apex.
Thank you. But what it really is like a whole branch that goes behind the vagina. So like it looks like this. If you are on YouTube, it looks like a wishbone, right? With like a little clit in the middle. Yeah. And all those like nerves are just going along behind the vulva. So when you do what Lex just said, and you're rubbing the clit and you're going up and down, like kind of like stroking, like
literally hold it.
Like the little flap of skin that the urethra is on, if you're stroking that all feels really good, because that's all the clit, believe it or not, like right behind your skin is the best fucking nerve there is.
All of it. That's why when you are pleasuring it, not even just like hands, even with your mouth, I say all the time, I use my whole face to eat a pussy. My entire face. Like my entire face, because I'm not, like, I know not everything is getting touched if I'm not using my whole face. Chin to nose, the whole thing is getting used, bitch. If I can't breathe, I can't breathe. That's fine. I'm willing to die. It is what it is. I'm willing to die.
Die about that pussy.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Pussy brought me in. Pussy gonna take me
out. You know what it is. Okay, so yeah, that was the clit and the labia minora and the majora. Then of course we have the urethra. That's where y'all piss out of, y'all.
Yeah.
So it's like on that little flap of skin in the middle is going to be a little tiny hole. You probably, I don't think I've ever seen a urethra like with my naked eye, but maybe I'm not looking hard enough.
So for me at least, whenever I look, if you push, like
it'll kind of open.
Your pussy will open a little bit and it'll peek out.
Oh wow!
Because when you go pee, you're pushing out,
right?
So it comes out.
No, that makes sense.
So you got to push a little. And push, and then you'll see it.
So is it a small hole?
It's tiny. Yeah, it's really small, but you can see it. And the best way for you to notice where it is to take your finger and feel, because you can feel where
you can
like,
feel where that opening
you can feel where it is. So like put your finger there and you can feel it. It'll have like a slight. at least for me, it's like a slight texture change.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I'm like, oh, okay, there she is.
Yeah, there she is. That's where you squirt from. Don't let anybody fucking lie to you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you squirt from.
Your squirt gland is right, like, it's like there's like your bladder, and then there's a gland right in front of your bladder, and it's like right where your G-spot is, and that is the thing.
That's why whenever you have to pee, it feels
That's
so
why
good.
whenever
like
somebody's fucking you and you're like, oh no, I have to pee, and you clench up.
Let it out.
Just take a deep breath.
Let it out.
Just
let it out.
Let it out. And if you pee on that nigga, pee on that nigga. Who gives a fuck?
Pee on that nigga's
Whoever
face.
you're peeing on, they better say thank you. Either way, it doesn't fucking matter. Okay.
That's how you know you're doing it. That's how you know they're doing a good job. Okay.
I don't know. The first time a girl ever squirted on me, I was like, oh my God.
What a fun surprise.
How do I make that happen again?
Surprise.
And then the first time a girl squirted in my face, I was like, no, because this is top tier enjoyment.
You didn't think it could get better, but then it got better.
I literally had to calm myself down. I was like, oh no, this is fantastic.
I just remember thinking, like, is this a water fountain?
I'm thirsty as hell.
I was like,
I'm thirsty as hell.
Wow.
Thank you.
We're going to have an episode on firsts. We've already talked about
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
That's got to be one of them.
That'll be a good one.
What a fun experience.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's like such a surprise when you receive a squirt, and also when you squirt.
Because it feels like
release.
Yeah, you can't even explain how it feels.
Squirting does not necessarily equate to an orgasm, and an orgasm does not necessarily mean you're going to squirt. Yeah. So it's kind of like...
Sometimes I orgasm without squirting. And sometimes... Nah, every time I squirt, I have an orgasm, for me at least.
I've definitely squirted without having an orgasm. Yeah. Sometimes you just...
Sometimes if you get it just the right, you're doing just the right thing, yeah, it'll come out.
This is an episode that is a problem.
Why?
Horny, bitch. Okay. Anyway, let me move on because this part will make me less horny. So, we're at the vaginal opening now. You figured out what the urethra does. That is where you squirt. Is it urine? Honestly, I don't fucking know. Who really cares? Does it smell like urine after it's out? Absolutely.
For a while, yeah. For a while, yeah.
It does.
You don't smell it, though, whenever it first comes out.
Not in the moment, because you're like, wow, this feels like a warm hug.
Yeah.
But maybe after, like the next day, that is 9 times out of 10, like I regret. Like when you choose to have sex in your car, yo, if you are a gusher, a squirter, I recommend it because who doesn't love fucking in the car? Fucking in the car. I've had some of the best sex with consistently with each one of my partners in the car. Yeah. However, yo, you gotta crack them windows before you leave, because when you come back in, it's weird when you promised your mom you're gonna take her to the motherfucking grocery store, but you fucked up, and on Saturday night you went out, and then your mom's getting in the car and she's like, why does it smell like piss in here? That's a fucking problem. Anyway, so yeah, that's your urethra. And then we've got your vaginal opening, which we talked about. That's your vaginal canal. That's where the dick goes. That's where the fingers go. Yeah. That's sometimes where the tongue can go. That's where the toys go. That's where the babies come out of. Mm-hmm. And then you have your cervix, which is at the back of your vagina. The vagina is about 3 to 5 inches. It depends. It varies on people, but I think the average, they say, is 3 to 5 inches. And so at the end of that 3 to 5 inches, you have your cervix, which is like a warm, spongy piece of almost muscle that is the first part of your uterus. Yes. And the cervix is just the little tiny hole that the sperm goes into, the babies come out of, the blood comes out of. Yes. That's your cervix. And then the cervix leads into the uterus. And like I said, we don't give a fuck about that because my uterus is motherfucking closed. I got an IUD last week, bitch. So I got a metal rod shoved in my cervix.
A little tiny Jesus.
Just literally. Just sitting there just like this, posted up. Are you an AKA? Please do not come for me. Oh my God. That would be a nightmare. Anyway, yeah, so that's the vaginal opening. So the clit has way more nerve endings than the vaginal opening. However, like we talked about, because the clit has it's so deep
Yes.
that it surrounds the vaginal canal. So can you be my vaginal canal? Just do a circle.
Okay.
That's how the clit is. I'm the clit.
Oh, wait.
And Lex is my vaginal canal. So when
It's
you
an honor
are
to be here.
going all up in there with your fingers and your dick and your toys, the clit is being stimulated by all that. I really hope you're listening on YouTube. I mean, I hope you're watching on YouTube, because if you're not,
there's a full demo.
You don't even know the kind of demo
us,
we're doing right
you're
now.
You're missing us make a vagine.
It is everything
with our
you've
hands.
ever imagined and wanted from us and more. But yeah, that is it.
This is a good demonstration.
Yeah. So with that, I say, let me look at this motherfucking time. 37. Okay. I'm going to skip over my nasty part, because I was going to talk a lot about discharge, infections, all that nasty stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly, let me tell you this. We'll have a whole episode on that, because we can.
We can do a whole episode on not even just hygiene, but just like
safety.
Sexual. Yes. Like sexual health.
Yes.
In general.
Yes. Okay. Love it. Fuck it. So
we're just going to talk about the good, sexy
Yes.
part
Now the part that you've been waiting for and that I've been waiting for is let's all listen to Lex talk about the best way to finger a vagina.
Yes.
I've been waiting all day for this.
So basically, fingering is literally just the act of pleasuring a vagina with only your fingers and hands. I know I have said in at least one previous episode that fingering is not a foreplay thing, and I'm sorry, because apparently I was wrong. And I have no problem admitting I was wrong. So I'm sorry, Court.
I don't think you were wrong. I think that it really depends on the person and what they consider as sex. Because I would say for a lot of people in the gay community or the lesbian community, I would say that we would consider like fingering to be a part of sex.
Yeah.
So that's just me. I don't think you're wrong. I just think there's a lot of different ways to look at it.
Okay. Well, yeah, that is what fingering is. But I guess for like heterosexual couples or heterosexual sexual pairings, that is probably like a good foreplay kind of thing, is just fingering. And while we've already said the actual vagina doesn't have as many nerve endings as the clit, it does respond really well to touch and different kinds of stimulation. So really the whole goal of fingering a vulva or playing with one is to like keep the entire thing stimulated. Like, don't forget about any of the pieces, basically. And there's only 75% of vulvas that can achieve orgasm. I said only, like that's a small percentage, but 75% of vulvas can get an orgasm with only clitoral stimulation, which means there's only 25% of vulvas that can just get an orgasm with only penetration. That's such a small number. That's a quarter of women just in general. A quarter of vaginas in general can receive an orgasm with only penetration. So all these niggas or these penises that just be coming in and just ramming shit, you're literally not doing anything. And there's probably more orgasm faked in your life than you would realize. I also do think, I did put this in here because I do think that fingering is a lost art form. I feel like it's not something that a lot of people know how to do well.
Yeah.
Like, I think it just, I think like people just forget, like especially like, I don't want to say men because my experience with men is so fleeting, you know, it's so like on and off, and I'm such a get the fuck out of my house kind of bitch.
She is.
It just, I don't have bad experiences with men because as soon as it gets bad, I'm asking you to leave. But when it comes to like fingering from women, I think a lot of them just forget to like, you know, my anatomy is almost the same as yours. So just, it's all about like knowing the placement, using your hands, knowing where everything is. You know, also varying degrees of pressure, like things like that. Like, as some people get rough, some people go too soft. Like, it really is just, and again, that is a conversation you can always have with your partner about things that they like. I also don't have an issue directing people whenever they are touching me. And I think that is one thing that a lot of people would benefit from, is being more direct in like what is stimulating you and what isn't. Because if it's not stimulating you, then what are we doing here?
And the only way to really know that is what, Lex?
Masturbate.
It's masturbating.
which we say every fucking episode.
Literally every
and we're going to continue to say that.
Literally.
We're going to continue to say that.
Literally every episode.
The benefits of fingering will be a stronger pelvic floor. It's a lot like what's good, what the benefits of masturbation. You get a stronger pelvic floor. You reduce stress. You can relieve cramps this way. And it is a really safe way to have sex without transmitting any kind of STDs, STIs, or anything like that, which, you know, we all love that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. It also can increase your confidence and your knowledge of your own body by, you guessed it,
masturbating.
Exactly. But yeah, that's fingering. That's like, I'm kidding. That's not everything.
Okay. Okay.
I'm only kidding.
I'm rolling with it.
I'm only kidding. But yeah, that's like some things to remember, basically.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Fingering is, like you said, it is a lost art.
It is. I love it.
I think that's one of the activities that like really solidified it for me when I first felt my hand in somebody else and their pussy lips are just resting in my hand, in my palm. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It was like really over. Like you kind of just like feel this sense of like it's not like a power dynamic.
No.
It's more like, wow, I have the world, it seems, in my hands.
Literally.
And I just want to make sure I'm doing the best job I can possibly do in this pussy.
Exactly. Okay. Well, now we're going to get into some pro tips on fingering.
Yes.
From
the pro herself.
Yes. So first and foremost, fucking wash your hands and cut your fucking nails, okay? Wash your hands, cut your nails. I will say that I have been fingered by acrylic nails before, and it's nice. It's real good, especially if they are using their hands correctly.
And they know that they have acrylics, so
yes,
they know how to use
because it is carefulness, but with acrylics, you do have to wash your hands even longer and more detailed. But either way, that's like the two main things to start off with is wash your hands and fucking cut your nails. Second would be to get your partner aroused. Like, what gets their body actively ready? Like, making out, like even some dry humping, just touching on somebody's body, you know, kissing on their neck, whatever gets them like hot and bothered. You want to do those things just to get them like there. And then that's when you're going to want to like start touching them, moving hands slowly. I will say one of my favorite things as a baby gay was whenever I was like really scared to touch girls and they would take their hands and like they would take my hand and like put it in their panties, like memories, bitch. As an adult, I still really love when women do that. Absolutely, positively, I love it. But yeah, then you want to start touching into the other parts. Definitely caress on the vulva, play with the lips a little bit, and then you want to like sort of like, I don't know, like one finger at a time. Don't start putting your whole hand, not even inside of the vagina. Just don't try to start using all your fingers to like stimulate this area. Like you definitely want to like sort of peek in a little bit, see what the wetness situation is. Like when you go to like, when you're about to go swimming and you want to see how cold the water is, and you just sort of touch it a little bit. You want to go,
toes in there.
Yeah, you want to sort of go into it like that. Go into it like it's a cold pool, even though it's not cold.
So warm.
And you just want to touch it a little, touch on it, move the wetness around. That's always one of my favorite things before you actually start like pleasuring it, is just literally touch it. Figure out where all of her parts are, because every vagina is different. You just want to like know the landscape you're exploring, basically. Tease the lips, rub the clit, you know.
The lips is so underrated.
Yeah.
If you just pinch them close and just like
rub them. I keep saying, okay, I like that. There was this one thing and it was like, you know, you have to pre-bake the pussy. You got to preheat the pussy like how you do an oven. You don't just
25 minutes
take some fucking cookies and just stick them in the oven and then turn the oven on. You know, you want to definitely like You don't want to definitely like, you know, touch everything, pleasure everything, make sure everything is getting stimulated. And then you want to like the clit will by this point be a little hard. It'll probably be like if you're face to face with it, because face to face and fingering pussy is nice. But I guess that's just because I am such a visual person and I just love looking at pussy and like just rubbing just the clit. You'll see it. It'll be red at that point. It'll be hard at that point. When you touch it, it like loses color, but then when you move your finger, it gets red again.
It's the blood.
It's the blood. So that's good. And then at that point, you want to like put one finger inside, just sort of like stimulating a little bit, seeing what she likes. It's usually like breathless by then, you know. One finger is good. Get a good stroke going. See what stroke works best for the pussy that you're in. And at that point, maybe add another finger. And then after you stroke a little bit and you see, maybe add another one. See what she's feeling, you know. But usually 2 is the magic number. Like, I will say I have gotten my whole fist in a pussy before.
Wow.
Up to the wrist. I have never been more excited about something in my life. Wow. I literally was thinking this is probably what men feel like when they have their dick in a pussy. Yeah. Because I literally was like, yo, this feels so good. And I'm so excited. And like, it just looked so fucking cool. And the reaction this person was giving me, I was eating it. I just couldn't stop eating.
So was your TikTok has just destroyed our lives.
It was so fantastic. Literally.
So was your hand like no. Like in the like Italian like way?
Mamma mia. No, it was so it started off just a couple fingers, and then she just, I don't know, I listened to what a bitch said. She kept saying more, so I kept adding more. And then at one point I was like this.
Yeah.
And then once I got like all the way inside, I did clench my fist. And that is when like pussy closed up right around my wrist. And I was like, oh my God. And I didn't even really have to thrust too much. I just sort of moved my fingers around in a fist. And like my knuckles moving around was more than enough. And like, I just remember telling her like while I was fucking her that I had my whole fist in her pussy. And she was like, no fucking way. I was like, nah, that hoe is in there. It's in there, but it definitely took a lot of arousal. She had like quite a few orgasms before we even got to this point. You know, you don't just put a fist in a pussy. Like the pussy asks you to put the fist in. That is how it works.
It'll let you know.
The pussy talks. Okay, I'm just saying. And of course, like I already said, don't forget to listen to your partner's body, the reaction, breath. Face, yes, but it's really about the sound and the muscle itself. Like the pussy will clench and tighten, and there is like a little gland that where all the wetness usually comes from. You can feel the wetness coming out. Like when that shit starts getting slicker.
Sounds like macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, that is when it like is really out. And last but not least, because we are not pussy bitches here, taste that shit. Lick it off your hands. Lick it off them. It doesn't even fucking matter, but fucking taste that shit. And tell her it tastes good. Tell her she did a good job. Yeah. Tell her thank you. Like, what the fuck?
This is a really hard episode for me, you guys. I feel bad for you, too, because I just look so fucking dumb.
I think you look real good sitting right there.
Just going down memory lane. You know me.
Yes.
Wow. That was great.
Yeah, I hope everybody listens to this, and like, you know,
learns a few things.
Rub your pussy while you're listening to me tell you how to do it. That's what I was gonna say.
Did you hear that?
Courtney's on the wrong fucking wavelength right now.
Oh no. That's the kind of podcast we're turning into. I don't mind.
I do also have some good positions for fingering. Are you okay?
Yes, please bring them forward.
Of course, I mean most people who have fingered before know missionary is like easiest. It's the one where you can really get up in there. You can get a good rocking up motion, you know, you can really like get in that shit. if you are doing that, the G-spot is about 3 inches inside of the vaginal canal. I always aim for the belly button. Like whenever you're pushing in, aim for the belly button and use sort of like a come hither motion. Like you're using your fingers to tell someone like, ooh, come here, you know. You want to do it like that. You don't want to be like actually curling the fuck out of your fingers, scraping. But you basically want to like sort of move them up and down like you're flicking something, you know. Hold it up is you usually feel like a spongy area that will get hard as you stimulate the vagina. That is the G-spot. And usually when a person squirts, that is when the spot will soften back up again and, you know, you start all over. Doggy is always a good one.
I love that.
And you do the opposite. You press down instead of pressing up since they're flipped over. And then, of course, standing, which is my personal favorite way to finger someone, because have a good job, stand upright, bitch. I'll do my best to hold you up.
You can only do your best.
You can only do your best. And my last one was in a fucking car because, listen, you would think that there are things you couldn't do in a car.
Nothing. You can do everything you want to do.
You could fuck any motherfucking way you want to in a car, and we're here to tell you that.
Wow.
Yeah. And I already said, don't be afraid if your fingering turns into fisting.
Yeah, because that can happen.
I'm telling you, when you get there, you're gonna be like,
but just let them tell you
yes,
that's ready to happen. Like yes, you kind of feel them, like you said, like loosen up and kind of accept more.
And we weren't drunk. We weren't under the influence of literally anything. A bitch was just turned on.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Me personally, I enjoy like a good like 2 or 3 in, but then palm my pussy like a basketball. Mm-hmm. Palm it like a motherfucking basketball. Put your whole palm on the whole. I want connection. I want to feel your middle finger on my G-spot, but I want to feel the palm that connects to your wrist on my clit.
Yeah.
And I want it like that.
Use your whole face. Use your whole hand. That's the secret.
For me, I'm like a big pressure person. Mm-hmm. So it's about the pressure and like the pushing that you apply. And I know I saw this in a porn, but I don't know if you've ever had experience with it before. Mm-hmm. But, you know, when you finger somebody, like you were saying in missionary, you go in, then you go up with your finger. But you can also put the hand that you're not using on the top of the mons pubis, like where,
and push
like
down.
Where your abs and your mons pubis connect, and you push down.
How I usually do that is I usually go under. Well, because I'm usually face to face with it, so I usually put my hand under the thigh, under and over the thigh, and then it's like pushing down on the mons and then fingers on the clit, fingers inside. Yes, we love a good multitasker.
That's perfect. Wow. Well, we hope you learned something from this.
Did I learn something?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking to the audience. I don't know how to tell you.
Sorry.
We hope you learned something from this, other than that we really enjoy fingering
and pussy. I feel like this was a very horny, very gay episode.
And we needed that. Like, this is episode 10. This is 9.
Yeah.
So we really needed that. I think this is a beautiful episode.
Especially because we just had 2 non-sexual episodes, which they were like sort of sexy, but not really.
Yeah, not super sexual.
Yeah.
This is very detailed.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you are somebody that would like to finger pussy, try it. Yeah. Just make sure that you are clean and cut and patient.
Yes.
And that shit can go your way. I think that is my favorite activity. It'll pretty much like always guarantee that I make a mess when I do that.
Of that.
So I think what it is I like legs in a different way. I really like hands. But I like the availability of other parts of you that can do other things at the same time. So, like, it's like your hands are, like, really in it. Or, like, you're staring at me. Or, like, your face is in my neck. Or, like, your body is on me. Okay. All right. I'm going to take this shot real quick. Jesus. Do we have a fun fact today?
We don't have a fun fact today. I did see a Reddit that said...
That's what I mean. Sorry.
That said, and I quote, I tried to finger my girlfriend and she started crying in the middle of it. And I was like, oh no, it was my boyfriend is fingering me and now he's crying. And it was basically because he didn't tell her that he was a virgin. So this was his first like sexual experience, you know, and she still had an orgasm. And so he was crying because he was like, wow, I can't believe I did this. He was really emotional about that.
So it was a positive thing.
It was a positive thing.
Good.
Yeah.
I would probably cry. I guess I didn't cry, but
yeah.
I feel like now I would cry.
Yeah.
If I was able to make a woman squirt. I'd be like, yes. Congratulations, Courtney.
Pat on the back, bitch. She's saying it like she's never done it before.
I know, right? No, I'm pretty good at what I do, you guys. But I want to say, like, I still consider myself a baby gay. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Lex is just always, like, I've known Lex for 3 years. And, I mean, I've been gay around Lex for the entirety of this.
The entire time.
But now I'm kind of in a different spot. So I love, like, being able to, like, right after this, we're just going to take another shot. And then we're going to go out. And I love that. And I love to be able to experience things. And, like, we were talking about something that happened, like, some gay shit that happened earlier. And they were just like, Lex was just like, bitch, listen, these niggas are still niggas. Like, I know I talked about in the last episode.
About the masculine.
I was talking to this person and something happened today and I was just like, this isn't gonna work.
And like right before she came to hang out with me, and so she was telling me about it, and I'm very much that friend that will, like, I don't know, if I would never say that to you and there's someone else saying these things to you, it has to stop, like, immediately. But Courtney is a person that learns best on her own.
Okay.
So
I don't like that Lex and her girlfriend like to tell me that shit.
But you do. Is that false?
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's not like we're lying, but like you can advise her all you want to, but she's gonna at the end of the day do what she wants to do. But like it was like just this whole series of events that were happening, and I was like, red flag. Why the fuck are they saying, like, you guys haven't even done anything yet, and why are they saying this to you? I would never say that to you, and if I ever heard anyone say that to you in your face, it would be an issue. So it's just other things. And then like what happened today, I was literally like, bitch, they do this on purpose. Even the other one, I'm like, they do this on purpose. They do this because they know they can, and sometimes it's just because you let them do it. And like, girls are pretty, and so it's easy to let them do what they want to do.
When you said that, I was like, okay, what the fuck does that mean, Lex? Because
it means exactly what I said.
If anybody's gonna know what I feel, it's you. Like, what am I supposed? They're so pretty. Like, am I supposed to not talk to them?
No, it's like they're so pretty. You just have to know which ones are like, ooh, you're pretty, I want to lick your coochie too. And like, ooh, you're pretty, and I just want to listen to you tell me I'm pretty. Yeah. There's a difference.
Yeah, I know. We're about to
a bitch that really wants to eat your pussy will make it very clear and be very serious about eating. But maybe just because I'm just such a
very clear and very serious.
Maybe I'm just such a dumb femme bitch. Like,
no, but like, and as somebody that's not, but has recently been like very tapped into that side. No, because I agree. Like, if I want to eat, which I do, if I want to eat a person's pussy, I'm going to tell them, and I do. But, like, not everybody has that same vibe.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate it. Like, what we were saying earlier is, like, me and Lex have determined that niggas have the tendency to be bitches. And bitches have the tendency to be niggas. Like, it really does not matter.
Both gender neutral terms.
It doesn't matter what motherfucking genitals you have. Niggas are fucking trifling. And like, this shit is hard to navigate. So if you are a baby gay like me, like, message me. We can talk shit about the shit that we're going through right now, because I'm slowly realizing that we are actually all just shitty people. Like, we as people are shitty. Even if you have a pussy. Even if you have a pussy, but like, you're not a bitch. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's like, it doesn't matter. We're just all shitty people.
Not me, but
that want to fuck. Oh, you're not. Oh, no, Lex is not shitty.
I don't think I'm shitty.
They're actually the only people I know that aren't shitty.
I'm like pretty honest about what my intentions are, what I want from you, what I don't want from you, what I can tolerate, what I don't.
Bitch, bro.
And that is just how I am. If I don't like that shit, I'm gonna say I don't like that shit. I have literally so many instances in my life that I can think of right now. One of my favorites being literally just kicking niggas out of my house when they don't do what I say do, when I say do it, how I say do it.
Can't relate, and I want to relate. I want to relate so fucking bad. Like,
you have what they want.
I know.
You have what they
Why
came
is it
for.
so hard for
It's like
me?
when you go to McDonald's and you're like, hey, can I have an ice cream machine? Can I have an ice cream? You can just tell them ice cream machine's broke, even if it's not broke. Think of it like
that's
that.
literally what you told me to do earlier.
Come on.
You're like, you don't have to explain yourself.
You don't have to. I literally told Courtney, what is a grain of sand compared to a boulder?
I'm the boulder.
She's the boulder, and these bitches are the grains of sand.
I love having a mom like you.
I,
What a MILF.
I was like, Mom, Courtney, am I your mom?
What a MILF.
I feel like, maybe I'm Stacy's mom. I guess I could be Stacy's
mom is God going on. That's
That's
more like Nick and Jonas.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only mom I could be to you. Is like your next door neighbor's mom.
Whatever works.
I mean, if you let me
We're 3 shots in, y'all. Let me just
3
stop.
shots in. We get very flirty.
And with that, we hope you enjoyed this episode, because the episodes where we are drinking/drunk are always the best episodes.
Yeah, they always have some crazy shit going on in there.
And this is another one of those. So yeah, we hope you love this.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed staring at our pretty faces before we go out and get all sweaty and drunk.
Yeah.
Because we're going to look different when we come back here.
Yeah, literally.
Ooh, maybe we can make a little TikTok of our night.
Yeah, we should. We should do that.
Love it.
We'll see, because we're fucking 25 and having to think so much about making a fucking TikTok is fucking exhausting.
It's a lot.
And I hope that somebody that's 25 can look at me and nod their head. Because it's really fucking sucks that we have to have a following on TikTok in order to be successful.
And TikTok is so saturated with white people.
Okay, I know we're tipsy. So with that, we love you. We hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Hush, 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 baby. I know you love your pride.